Yep, I'm on you. Okay, welcome everyone to the final here at the Hilton Doubletree Hotel in Coventry of the European Open, sponsored by Riley's, and it's going to be a classic matchup between two teammates. First of all, let's introduce our referee. It's Mel Harley. And from England, in his first major IPA final, it's Rob Donkin. Rob, you've been threatening this form for some time, so you must be delighted to be in the final.
Yeah, it's taken long enough to finally get to a final. I think I've had 2 or 3 semi-finals and maybe between 2 and 4 quarter-finals as well, so I've been knocking on the door for quite a while now, so nice to finally hit a final.
A bit of a close shave against Simon Fitzsimmons, 7-6, but pretty clinical since then, and especially so against Clint in the semi.
Yeah, that's actually the first time I've beaten Clint. He always seems to play really well against me, and I've never got close to beating him basically. But so it was nice to basically get one back. And I got the fluke just at the right time as well. I'm not sure I would have got over the line otherwise. So yeah, apologies for that, but no, it was nice.
Well, it's nice when we get them. So as you said, first major final. What would it mean to you to win this major prize, this major IPA title?
Oh, it'd be brilliant. Like I said, I've ever since I started the tour a few years ago, I've been looking to sort of try and make the finals and try and win titles. So if I can do it, then yeah, I'll be over the moon, definitely.
And your opponent, a familiar face, colleagues in the England team?
Yeah, I know Andy quite well. Yeah. I think there's something on there that's done the circular on YouTube about me and Andy cuddling when we won the Europeans, but no, it's good. He's a good guy.
Well, you can maybe have a cuddle after the match, but up to that point, it's going to be a really tough battle.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Yeah, I know how good he is.
Okay, well, Rob, play well in the final. Rob Donkin. And his opponent, again from England, he's been around for many years with lots of success. It's Andy Lucas. Andy, that was some comeback in the semi-final against Jordan, 6-4 down, and just pipped him 7-4.
Yeah, I was quite fortunate at the end, really. He went for a skill shot. I left it as hard as I could, but you know, it's a big shot at 6-all to take it on and get it. Fortunately for me, he didn't, and here I am in the final, which I'm really happy about.
You had a tough draw, as they all are in these events. You beat Simon Ward and Neil Rayborn, amongst others.
Yeah, I've been, well, believe it or not, I've not been playing very well at all. I played a father-in-law who can't really drive in the dark because his eyes are gone, and I played him twice this week and he beat me both sets, so I didn't come in a lot of form, to be honest, but I brought my trusty racket from the club and I'm still playing with it, and I'm looking forward to the final. But Rob's, you know, I mean, he's a class act, he's a really good attacking player, so it should be a good game.
I remember speaking to you in Cardiff, and you were saying how you're enjoying the challenge of being in the IPA Pro ranks. It's obviously going to be a major achievement to lift the title.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant. You know, I mean, I'm 48 now, and I'm still there. You know, I'm still turning up tournaments. I'm still enjoying it, and that's the thing. And you know, the standard on this tour is incredible. And you know, you don't have an easy round from the beginning, really. So I'm just, you know, I'm pleased with the way I've played so far. I'm looking forward to the final, but I just hope I can produce a little bit more to finish off. It would be very nice.
You are an ex-world champion, of course, with a glittering career. What would it mean to you to lift this title?
Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, I've kind of, you know, when I was playing in my kind of day, I suppose, I was quite hard to beat, and I'm coming to tournaments now, and it's a lot more difficult. You know, I'm not as consistent as what I used to be, but this weekend I've proved that I can still do it, and you know, I'm just going to go into the final now and enjoy it and just see what happens.
Okay, well, Andy, play well in the final. Andy Lucas. Okay, just a reminder, it's the best of 13 frames, so let's get the action underway, and I'll hand you over to Andrew McKee and Simon Webb in the commentary box.
Check.
Check your body.
Check your barney.
Well, and Kev's joined us in the commentary box as well.
Yeah, he's hijacked us.
I've nowhere else to go.
Interesting final. I don't think it's the final anyone would have picked, but both absolutely class players.
I tell you, I watched a bit of Rob Donkin. Not so much in the Clint match, but I've watched him this weekend. He's playing well.
Yeah.
He's been tracking in the right direction for a while. Got to know Rob quite a bit over the last few years. Played a bit of international pool with him as well, and he's just, this has just been a steady progression, and absolutely no shock to me at all that he's in this final, and he just always seems to have something, and definitely, very impressed with the way he's gone and steadily improved as well.
In the interview that we've just done then, both players were very calm. I didn't pick up on any nerves or anything like that. It was very. They were both very relaxed and looked to be looking forward to the battle.
I don't know whether the fact that they're very good friends, having played international pool together for a while and got to know each other very well over the last 2-3 years, whether that has a fun start. We will restart the match. I don't know whether that's helped with them both being calm. Don't know if that's going to make any difference.
Well, we're in for a long night if we keep getting breaks like that.
Yeah, so if you're new to Blackball rules, if the black is potted off the break, rack them up and start again.
What's the bet? So he'll be dry. Next one.
Well, that's what they say. And I have a theory that if you're dry when the black goes in, you're makeable. If you're makeable when the black goes in, you'll go dry.
Oh.
So it kind of reverses.
Okay.
But it's just a load of rubbish, really. But that's what they say.
Void break. That's the official terminology there from our senior referee, Mel Harley.
Yeah.
Looks dry.
There's the dryness.
Didn't seem to hit that so good, that one. The first one he really caught well. That one not so good. We won't see too many safety exchanges with Rob. Obviously, Andy's well known to be able to mix it up with that side of things, but Rob is as attacking a player as you'll see. Will just believe he can make any finish he goes for. Sometimes that gets him into trouble, and anyone that was watching the professional match yesterday with Craig Marshall will see that. He went for a very, very tough finish in the deciding frame and came unstuck, but that's the way he plays, and it's been working for him so far today.
So exactly what Rob would have hoped for.
Straight away he's looking for the attacking option, and he's come up behind that to...
He's got to be... those two yellows just inside the black are tricky. Oh, Kev's just spotted that the bottom one of the two does slide past the black into the left middle, which actually makes quite a big difference.
Wow.
It wasn't straight enough on it to hold, so... Now the question is, does the yellow that he's nearest to go into the right middle? You can't quite tell from the other camera angles. He's going... Oh, the yellow...
Going to the
top. Top right.
Yeah.
It's going to reach. Ooh.
Yeah, he's got the bag, so... It's not the worst result.
Yeah. If that falls in, though, you'd be surprised with him not taking it out there.
With missing that pot, he's equalled the amount of pots he missed in the semi-final, which was 1.
I didn't see much of the semi-final, but I saw a comment from Clint that suggested he wasn't overly happy with his performance. Was it...
Yeah, Clint had 4 missed pots and 1 unforced error, which is pretty unlike Clint for his standards. But out of the 11 frames played, 7-4 to Rob, 8 of those were dishes. So
yeah. So is that Andy eyeing up a skill shot here?
Yeah, it could well be.
Looks a little bit to the side of the pocket, which makes it tricky. brilliant shot.
That was a great shot.
The hard work's not over though. That shows how confident he is, doesn't it, Kev? That really does.
Yeah.
I noticed the way he cues Andy. He sort of tucks his hand, you know, like an underarm sort of. It's a strange sort of cue. Actually, it works for him, obviously.
And he
White needs to slow down.
Oh, Jord.
He's Jord himself.
Oh,
Incredible.
That's got to go down as an unforced error.
Is it an unforced error if he gets out of this and pots it?
Well, he's having one anyway.
He might argue that that's where he played it.
Yeah.
I doubt that, Kev. And
there's the foul.
Do you call that? I mean, we are going to put that down as an unforced error, but do you, in that situation, do you feel a little bit unlucky when that's happened? Do you think?
Well, he was trying to get a little bit too close to the action with that red. I mean, yeah, you could say it's a bit unlucky. An inch shorter and he's on it.
But an inch longer and he's in the pocket. So as a player, if I'm playing in that situation, I do feel a little bit hard done by in that situation. But it is a little bit of a mistake as well.
He could have been, 6-8 inch above the middle bag.
Yeah.
He's just not quite straight on this one. I think he just run it through.
Yeah, it's fine. I said to Rob, or Rob was stood around. I said, so these just before his semi-final. I said, so that's you and Clint and Sheppy and Andy. Pick a winner out of those four, and he said it won't be me.
Who said that, Rob?
Yeah, Rob said that. Yeah.
Well, I said to Rob after he had a long wait before he played Gareth Hibbert on the stream, which would have been last 16, I think. Let me just double check that.
Great, just seeing the
he played Gareth in the last 16 on the stream and he won 7-4. So he had to wait a while for that match because the previous match on the stream was a longer match. So I was having a chat with Rob and he was umming and ahhing about whether to get food, and I actually said to him, "This is your time to eat, because if you get through the next round, you could be playing through till 1-2 o'clock in the morning." And he said to me, "Well, I won't do that." So it's sort of almost downplaying it and sort of he's got a lot of belief that he can win, but he's kind of downplaying it a little bit.
Well, that's a monster break.
Yeah, he's made a ball.
He's made a ball and put every yellow in a potable position.
Just the black, yeah.
He's got options with that.
The black's in quite a nice spot for a double if he chooses. I mean, you plenty of room to play on it down the rail.
You see a lot more doubles played nowadays, don't you, with these rules? It's amazing that the amount of doubles that do get played. He could play
for the yellow at the bottom of the table and nudge into the black, but I think the way he pots, I think he might do more harm than good. I think he might be playing on that now, trying to. He would have wanted it if he was playing to move the black. He needed a few more inches on that.
Yeah. Don't think he can force the angle either, so just have to accept where the black is, I think.
That's a confident shot.
Yeah. Just he can just stun this back out into give himself a choice.
Rob's dad's here with him, watching him this weekend. He must be very proud of.
Yeah, he comes to watch Rob quite a bit. First time I met Rob and his dad was an international event about 3 years ago, and his dad's a nice fella. He brought the whole team around after the tournament had finished to say thanks for a week of enjoying watching us play. So he's always be a nice guy in my book.
So, do you think he's going to accept playing the double here, or do you think he'll play on it?
I think the reason I think he might go for the double is because it's guaranteed, you know, where the two yellows are. If he tries to go across to it, he might come a little short, not get so good on it. I think the double's so nice and controllable.
Yeah.
Wobble.
He's got the choice to go either way here. I think he's got enough angle that he can just top this through to get nicely on the black down the rail.
Yeah, I think if you're confident, you're running through.
Yeah, he's got to make his mind up. Yeah, he's having a look at the double now. What's his choice? Yeah, he's playing for the double.
I think he thought it was turning off.
Well, that's 3 pots he's had in that pocket dead weight, and he's almost hinted that one of them missed and the other 2 hit the jaw. So
yeah,
wide off the black.
Oh, wow, he missed that back. Wow. Early nerves, maybe.
Replay of that. Some way off that one.
I always find those doubles a little bit more controllable if the white's almost level with the black, so you're sort of playing it backwards rather than picking the angle out like that. I'm still surprised he missed it by so far.
And there's
has he got? Can he see it to the top right? I can definitely see it to the top left.
Yeah. Such a good long putter as well. He's quite a useful snooker player back in the day, apparently.
Yeah, he was on the professional tour for 7 years, so he's a very good snooker player.
Oof. Wow. Well, something went wrong with the mechanics on that one.
Yeah. So this is... and he's got a free shot just to develop the red above the left middle, and it should be a fairly clear run to the line in this frame. Andy made reference to his trusty racker in your interview, Kev. That's the cue he's using is just a rack cue from his local club.
Is it?
Yeah, he just started using it a while ago. I think probably a few months back, maybe 6 months ago. I'm not sure what was wrong with his old cue, but he needed it wasn't working, or there was something wrong with it. So he's just got this racker out and found some form with it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you can have, your £1,000 John Paris cue. It doesn't matter, does it?
It's got a £2.50 piece of
This is
balsa wood.
It is literally as cheap a cue as you could buy. It's one of those racker cues that you can buy in bulk for peanuts, and he makes it look like a magic wand at times.
Certainly doing it now after that shot.
Unreal. So, probably you've known him as long as anyone, Kev. When was Andy world champion?
I think it was 2006.
Right.
Nice little bit of side on there just to make this black pretty routine. I did ask him just before the match, and even he struggled to remember.
He's won just about everything in the game, though, isn't he? He's like... been around a long time and been at the top for a long, long time as well. You want to
look at this double. He's played that with side, and it's just completely widened the angle. And this is just completely mishit. I mean, he
missed it by a little distance there.
He wasn't even near the knuckle.
Interesting to see if that unsettles him a little bit. When you miss a pot by that far, sometimes that can unsettle you.
Well, he's got to get the chances first.
Yeah.
We've seen in these matches that
again, it's not the best break from Andy. It's not caught that very good. Of course, Andy won a amateur event the year before he turned professional on the IPA tour. So, I'm not sure. Is it Andy? Will he have won an open event? I know this is his first season as a pro, but I'm wondering.
No.
I know he hasn't won an Open event in the Blackball era, but I wondered whether he had in the pre-Blackball.
I'm not sure he played much on the tour, to be honest, in the World Rules era, because he was always a 3PO professional, and you know, from that side of things. So
yeah, we're just having a little bit of scoreboard technical difficulty. We've got our tech.
What have you done, Andy? What have you done?
Well, I haven't kicked any plugs or anything.
I just got the reference, yeah.
Kick a man when he's down, will you? He's not done it this week. He's done well, as David.
Well, if he was going to do it, this is the time to do it.
So who broke in this?
This is Andy broke. He came up dry.
Okay.
2 for 2 on dryness.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 for dry, but he hasn't got a good split. He hasn't. The only break he's hit well so far is the one where he potted the black. The other two he hasn't quite caught as clean. I don't think the yellow, the little cluster on the left-hand side, I don't think the yellow nearest the pocket goes. So
must do, because
it doesn't look like it goes though.
He's going to pot that and bash the other one out.
I mean, it must do because of the way he's going about this finish. Absolutely must. But
he's looking at it now. He should have looked at it 4 shots ago. Here's a bit of luck.
It didn't. I mean, it must have gone because he wouldn't have taken it on, but it can't have had the whole pocket. It seemed a strange way of playing it as well, because it wasn't the way he played it. It was never going to get the other yellow out. I'm wondering whether he was playing that to take the pocket in some way, rather than.
I think you're right. The way he played it.
This is a terrible table for Andy. But,
so do we put that as a missed pot or an unforced error?
I don't think he went for the pot. I think I'm with Simon. He probably didn't go the way he played it. He wasn't.
Let's go unforced error.
But was it an error?
Well, he hasn't taken the pocket.
Yeah, he didn't get the pocket. So we're harsh.
Still, you are.
No, I'm with you, Kev. Actually, that's just a non-shot. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't got that in the stats.
Well,
box,
but we don't have to put it down.
It's not an
unforced error.
Ah, right.
Give the kid a break. He's been playing all day.
Yeah.
So we'll put that as a non-shot stat.
Yeah. So we've been watching. You've seen a lot of Rob and Andy over the last couple of years, Kev. Would you say that Andy has got the advantage when it comes to these tactical frames now?
Probably, but I wouldn't say it's a massive advantage. Rob's been playing Blackball a lot of years. He's a successful international player.
To get to this stage in the tournament, you've got to have an all-round game. I mean, you really,
Yeah.
You don't just get here from pure all-out attack. Somewhere along the line, you're going to end up in a bit of a tactical battle. So,
I mean, you definitely would think Andy's favourite, but as we know in Blackball, it can just turn around so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's a lot of knowledge in that head of.
This is either going to be brilliant, or yes. I thought he might just clip the knuckle and jaw and not hit. That's.
Well, Andy can play a shot here. He's going to screw the red onto the red. Try and get them off the cushion. Just leave the white in this bottom rail. Try and leave nothing but develop his own.
He's got to be careful. He could leave Rob a shot.
It's a shot he's played.
Yeah.
He has left him a shot, but at least he can attack if he does get back to the table.
Has he left him a shot though? I mean, the one he's nearest to, he could cut to the right middle, but I don't think he can see the one at the top of the table. Or he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big shot.
Yeah.
And the way you cue that other one into this pocket, you're not. Oh, struck that well.
Cued that one lovely.
That was a great shot.
Struck that well. I think Andy could have sent the white a little bit more to the right hand side. He might not have developed the three reds, but I think he would have left a lot harder shot.
Just wants to bump this back out into the middle of the table, somewhere where his hand is now is perfect.
Yeah, played it well.
Quite easy to get into that one too much and just clip the rug there.
Nicely played. Who wants it the most? They both want it. Both would mean so much to them.
Yeah.
There we see that long yellow. That was sweetly struck.
That was the frame winner, that one.
Especially after the previous frame.
But even this shot, he's got into that white sweetly. The last few matches still going on in the arena of the amateur event.
Yeah. A lot of action throughout the day. It's been another hectic day for you and the team.
Yeah, but they've done a great job. As always, the top team, Bron, Paul Bebb, with our referees, Mel and Scott, Louis on the tables.
That's unfortunate for Rob because he really hit that break well, very similar to his previous break.
Look at those yellows.
But he was able to break and run out, but it would be a major surprise if Andy doesn't run out yellows here. It was a huge break.
You're 6-4 down in the semi to Jordan Shepherd. Andy.
Big crowd gather around on that match as well. I played in one of the outer arena matches, and a lot of interest in that match.
Yeah, definitely.
Jordan went for a very tough skill shot in the deciding frame, and very, very difficult with the match on the line. I think Andy's had to reroute here. I don't think his original plan would have been to clear these three at the bottom first. I think he just finished at an angle he didn't want at the top, so doing it this way round still shouldn't cause him a problem.
Yeah. Could just bump this round off 2 rails, I think.
I think the problem is the yellow in open. I don't know whether the yellow in the open goes past the other yellow. It must do because of the way he's played that.
Yeah. Keeping it simple.
Yeah. Does the black go to the bottom left? Because it's
no, he's looking at the left middle. Wasn't going to screw it down the right hand side of the table.
This is actually a little bit trickier than it looks, to be honest.
Yeah.
It looks very simple on the screen, but he's just got to be a little bit careful with this screw shot.
He's close to that red. He's queuing over. Mel with his.
Oh, he's finished that's a lovely shot.
Yeah.
When he was coming in at that tight an angle to the black, and it didn't go to the top left, that could easily have not finished good on that one.
Yeah, and that has to go down as a reverse dish.
A reverse dish, our first reverse dish of the match.
A reverse dish.
Let's get the stats up now.
Is there a beeping
a little look
that goes on when he does that dish?
There we go. As you can see, that's the first reverse dish. Has just been awarded to Andy.
2 on 2 on the breaks in dryness.
3, well, yeah. 3.
But he's actually had 3 breaks though. He's made the black on the first break.
Yeah. A couple of missed pots from Rob. They were in the same frame.
Can Andy's first 2 breaks have not been the greatest. Let's see if he can get it right this time. Yeah, again, he didn't quite catch that right. He's not getting the sort of the pack. It's not really exploding as it would normally would.
Yeah, and another try.
You can just see on camera 7 that the yellow.
That was another dry break, wasn't it?
That was a dry break from Andy.
Yeah.
See that yellow doesn't go into that pocket. Doesn't appear to do anyway, I don't think.
If it doesn't, then that's his major stumbling block for this finish. Tricky first ball. Negotiated well. This is a tough finish from here. This is,
well, these are the ones he's been making in previous matches. So, such is the confidence of the man at the moment.
I don't think he's on an open pot though. He's obviously got. He could probably the yellow above the middle pocket probably cuts, but he might be playing this as a double. And he's playing the double, which he's made. But he was trying to catch that yellow full, and he's just brushed off it. So it's getting harder again.
Yeah, this is really tricky. The yellow he's closest to, does it go down to the bottom left? I don't know. I know he's got one down to the bottom right, but
yeah,
extremely difficult.
30 seconds.
I don't think there's much advantage playing the one into the bottom left. He's got to take this shot on.
Yeah, big shot. Tough shot.
Oh, great shot.
What a shot.
Oh, nice little nudge as well.
Look at that.
That yellow does go into the left middle. That's a brilliant shot.
Played that with a lot of right hand side with the pot. Even more difficult than it already was.
Yeah.
He's pulled out 2 or 3 brilliant long pots so far. We're only in frame 5. I think he's just got to. I don't know if he can just come on and off the cushion for the yellow to the right middle, or screw back for the yellow for the right middle.
Well, great shot.
Yeah. He made that look a lot easier than it was as well.
These are difficult shots, and it's just.
That was a tough angle.
He's just opened it right up now. He just can roll this through. And he's yellow to left middle. And he's making light work of a very difficult finish.
I mean, if a Jordan Shepherd or Clint Anson were taking these balls out, we'd be
absolutely.
We'd be singing the praises knowing, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
and
this is
top draw.
He's got a couple of balls to negotiate yet, but this is shaping up to be an absolutely phenomenal finish.
Could be a second reverse.
I've got the mouse ready.
Yeah.
Goes.
He's going to be feeling good the way he's playing.
Yeah, that was a brilliant, absolutely fantastic finish from Rob, and he edges 1 frame ahead again. Does that mean every frame so far has been against the break?
Look at that long pot there, yeah. Sorry, Sam?
Every frame so far has been against the break, I think.
Yeah, I think
it's been
so.
1-0,
yeah.
1-1.
Yeah. Just.
No, Rob had a break finish, didn't he? So it can't be. Did he have a break finish? Oh no, he missed it. He missed the ball.
Yeah. It's not.
That's the frame where he missed the pot. Yeah. His first 2 breaks have been absolutely huge. One he made a ball and one when he was dry, but they've been absolutely massive and left a fairly simple finish both times. So
yeah.
Can he do it again?
Nailed it.
Yeah, put an extra little bit of shoulder movement into that one.
Tricky though. A lot will depend whether that black goes cleanly to
Just
that
the break
pocket.
again.
That white was tracking, wasn't it? Little nudge on that. you think that black goes cleanly from into the right middle if he wants to take reds?
Yeah, I think that goes.
In which case he's got a couple of tough balls to negotiate. The one on the left rail and the one nearest the sort of bottom rail, but in the middle of the table. That's goes to the bottom left, but the yellow's blocking it, so it's obvious pocket. So this is far easier than the finish he's just taken out, mind.
So, what's he thinking?
30 seconds.
He's taking yellows.
I think he's.
That's a good shot.
Wow,
that's a nice little shot.
You're feeling confident if you're playing on that ball. That's really good. I think he wanted to be quite a bit straighter, because I think the plan here for him was to play the yellow off the black over the middle. But I don't think he can play that now.
Digging down, this is tough.
No.
Yeah. If he got nearly straight on that, he could play on the yellow that he's now finished next to off the black and open that up. So that was very tough. So that suggests the reason he's gone that way is because he doesn't think that black's that easy to pot. If that's the case, then that's a good stumbling block for Andy. Of course, he's got the red. He's got the red that's sort of nearest the black spot, but he could play off the black if he needed to.
30 seconds.
Yeah, he's got a big bag there to play the double into, hasn't he?
Yeah, he could do that as well. Obviously, the red on that left rail is his trickiest ball. So I think he's looking at the plant here, 2 reds, but he could play the red off the black into the centre now.
I think that's the shot, and then put this one in the bottom right and try and move the one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he's looking at,
Yeah.
Kev.
Oh,
don't make the black.
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh,
No.
so unlucky.
How's that got there?
That's so unlucky.
Yeah. I don't think.
Let's watch that shot again.
Oh, that's really, really bad luck.
But it was always a possibility, wasn't it? You know,
The only thing
playing it that way.
Yeah, the only thing I say is he could have just trundled that through.
Yeah.
But he was trying to develop the black, wasn't he? But he didn't. I mean, I just think that's really unlucky. To be honest.
It is unlucky.
I don't think you even think that could happen. I know it's a possibility, but I don't think that enters your head when you're playing that shot. He's caught that break better.
This time.
A little bit of anger in that one, I think.
Yeah, but work to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Reds.
first
Reds
red.
are okay here.
Yeah. If you can take the one to the right middle and just bump into the yellow, just opens it right up.
It's a tricky little pot. You wouldn't expect him to miss it, but it's a lot easier at 4-2 up than 4-2 down.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Great shot.
So pot from the break then from.
Okay, so this is that one shot's made this a very, very good chance. No stumbling blocks now, just needs good control of the white.
Kevin George asking, would the IPA ever go back to green napped cloth?
One for you, that, Kev.
I think you know the answer as well.
I know the answer, yeah.
Yeah, we might use it as a cleaning rag. Not
in the immediate future.
Yeah. Not unless they run out of blue dye.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no plans to go back to green napped cloth. It's just not our preferred choice. Nothing up with green napped cloth, of course.
This is now a huge visit in this match. I think if Rob...
He's missed
the cannon. He was playing the cannon on the bottom yellow. I'm not sure he needed to do that though, but he has missed that cannon. If Rob could negotiate a finish here, and I'm not sure he can now, but I think that could be a huge step towards victory. I know that moves him a frame closer, but having with Andy potting the black in an unlucky fashion in the last, and he'll feel that this frame was over. It was in the bag really.
Just keeps potting them.
He played a similar shot in the last match against Clint, and he played up and down, and it was absolutely perfect. Weight perfect. So
I think it's probably worth cannon if he plays the pot to the bottom left. Worth cannoning into the yellow on the bottom rail, because he wants to create an angle with that. As long as that's on the rail, yes, he can pot it, but he wants an angle off that, so it's worth the cannon, I think, to try and create an angle. But he got it too thick.
Yeah, he's going to have to play the double.
Was the issue with that shot?
Double, and then
and then
skill double.
Yeah, easy as that.
If he play, I mean, what safety options does he have? He could use the yellow on the left-hand side to cover the white, but you're leaving a one cushion. Escape for Andy.
And he's played the safety.
He's played it well.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Played it well.
Has got the total. We just heard Mel call. That middle pocket's in an awkward place for him. He's looking slightly higher with screw here. He's playing ball. No, it's a good shot.
Yeah, and he's just tied that yellow up a little bit more. Yeah, good shot. Can he top this through down at the bottom and then maybe get back up towards that other yellow? Or even the reverse double now?
Can he double this yellow that's bad?
Yeah.
Do you think with Andy's last shot there, do you think other players would have been trying to get to the one over the pocket to try and make that, and then you should have a chance to win the frame?
That looks good.
Yeah.
Where's the white?
The white's gone.
Oh!
Just stuck in the jail.
It was a great double though.
It was a great double.
Too well to pot this from here.
He's going to take some cueing.
I think it naturally takes the white into the other yellow.
I think he'll just come under it. See. Oh, what a shot!
Yeah, and he's kicked it out. He's played it too well.
Well, this should be easy compared to the last two. Just slide down the rail, black in the same pocket.
Yeah.
What's the problem, Rob?
Yeah. These are sort of championship winning shots. These are, aren't they?
Yeah.
If he nails this,
Just feel like this frame is taking on huge significance now.
I think he's just going to try and float this down the rail, bit of right hand side, just to check the white back.
Yeah.
And he's going to be close. I think he might get this.
He is a man with confidence.
Yeah, I think he can play this plain ball. Just like you say, float it in. Oh, it's unlucky. It's a good effort. It's a good effort.
That was tough.
It was tough. It was a very tough shot.
What do you think here? The red and black is slightly awkward. He could play his first shot. He's got some options on this first shot. He could play this with play the plant with some right hand side and try and get the white over heading towards the yellow to play on the black into the left, the red into the left middle. He could maybe come across the face of it. He could almost play into the yellow as well if he wanted to. He's got a few different options here.
Yeah, ton of right hand side here. Come
No, he's gone the other way. Played for the black. Played for a plant again.
Yeah, that's a good shot. If you can, I'm presuming you can see enough of the red. That's another good shot. And
which pocket will he play for the black in? Same one as red.
Same pocket, I should imagine.
Nicely controlled.
That's good knowledge. That's good knowledge.
Yeah, nice little finish there.
Yeah, those 3 balls, 4 balls, looked very, very simple, and I'd be willing to bet that a huge number of the players in this field, and this is a high-class field, would have found a way to mess that up. That was tricky.
Absolutely, it was. Yeah. So great shot from Robin. Very unfortunate where that yellow landed. Needed pinpoint precision on the clearance. You can see the reaction, the side that these boys can get on this cloth.
Even with a racker cue.
Even with a racker.
Yeah.
Could be a 10mm tip or something as well. So Rob's break has been huge so far. Can that continue?
Nailed it again.
Absolutely crunched it again.
Yeah, he's made a ball.
Made a red.
Lovely chance from again. Looking at yellows was my first thought, but he doesn't have an opening yellow. They've got the plant.
It's the plant. It's the shot.
He wants to get that one at the bottom of the table out the way as soon as possible.
Not messing about, getting down and playing it. Good shot.
Needs to give this some thought, to be honest, and really have a clear idea of which way to go here, because it looks a little bit easier than it actually is. He's not happy with that, I don't think.
No, I think he can get through. He'll get through to that.
Yeah, he can get that.
The way he's going about this, do you think he's leaving the yellow at the bottom for his last ball?
Very dangerous if he is.
Yeah. Yeah, that red's not, the black's not guaranteed to get on that from that yellow.
He's straight, looks straight on that, so that means that his last ball is probably going to be the middle of those 3 yellows.
Yeah.
Well,
but that yellow that you're saying, that the yellow furthest up the table now, that's going to be his last ball. It's not easy to get a nice angle on that to get on the black.
I think if you can leave the white sort of to the right of the black spot, in that area there,
you can come on and off the cushion, left-hand cushion, and avoid the red.
Yeah,
there's enough gap there. Doesn't want to be straight.
Not much.
He's not going to get perfect position.
Yeah, he wanted another inch or so on that.
I think if you can leave this white parallel to the left-hand cushion, and he can top that red through and come off the top cushion and land behind the black. He's played it the other way. So
well, he's perfect on it. I can see it right down this shot. Right behind the queuing arm of Rob Donkin.
Oh, he hit that lovely.
His queuing so sweet.
Yeah. And this will be his first break dish of the match. Coming at
a thin nibble, this one.
Really important time.
Yeah, did it well.
Oh, that's a great
excellent finish. Edges closer and closer. He's 2 frames away from his first IPA title.
Yeah, as he said in his pre-match interview, he's been getting closer and closer. And this is
Do you
Obviously his first final.
Do you think he'll do a Roger Federer breakdown?
I thought you said jump into the crowd and get his twins out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got to be feeling good about himself at the moment. And he's got to sort this break out. And he's looking dry again. Oh, he's dry again.
They're killing him.
He took some power off of that, I think. And
Yeah.
it didn't seem to.
Again, it's not a brilliant chance. It's a good chance. There's a couple of problems.
Four out of his 5 breaks have been dry up to now for Andy.
You think yellow's here? Although what's your first yellow? You can't go yellows.
I like reds, even though there's this red at the bottom left. But I think he might try to play on that. This shot, camera 7 shows that he's just got a bit of angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
get on it.
So the red above the right middle pocket's now the problem ball.
Well, yeah, but he's got a red into the top right corner where he can develop it.
He's got ammunition to develop that. He might be able to develop it off this next shot. He might be able to play this pot into the right middle. It's difficult to tell from here. If he plays this plain ball, whether he'll avoid the red and yellow at the top and come off the top cushion into it then.
No.
You think he's going to hit the red?
Yeah, I think he needs to be careful. Don't bounce the red and going off.
He is hitting a red.
Yeah, he could just. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
He could just hit enough of that red full in the face to avoid the in-off. But can he hold this one down the rail to leave himself the angle?
He would. Yeah, he would love to leave the white level with the red at the top of the table for his next shot. But he's going to be. I don't think he can hold it that much.
Try and disturb it off this one. No. Just making sure of the pot.
What's he looking at here?
He's looking at some big screw back.
Yeah.
He's going to scream this back up the rail.
Avoiding the yellow. Looks to me like there's just a little bit too much angle on this.
Yeah. Unless he can punch it off the rail and come back to where he's just put his cue there. I think that's what he's looking at.
Is he going to punch it out and leave a double into the left corner?
Or he's just come the wrong side of it, but and left himself no shot. So
yeah,
that was a tough shot. That.
You could see his thinking, but he was never going to get onto that side.
Yeah,
onto the left-hand side of that red. It just wasn't enough angle.
Just pushed the boat out a little bit on that finish.
Now he is in a tough spot. It's difficult to see an option of. I mean, is he looking at? I mean, he can't pop that thin enough, surely.
No.
This doesn't cut. I don't think.
No.
We'll soon find out whether it cuts or not.
Yeah, I mean, this is as thin as it gets.
This is a slice.
No.
Oh, it's put the
he's
yellow.
fouled as well. Absolute disaster that time for Rob.
Missed pot or unforced error?
Missed pot, innit? Went for
a pot.
Went for a thin clip. Missed pot. It's a 1 in.
I know.
It's a 1 in.
I don't think that went
in 20.
So
no, I don't think it went. I don't think you could hit that thin enough.
Could have hit that thinner than that.
I'm not convinced that
wafer.
I don't think you can. I don't think you could move it far enough.
It was almost half ball.
To hit it, to hit it thin enough. I don't think it anywhere near reaches the pocket.
Yeah, I think it'd have been better coming off the cushion on the other side.
But then he wouldn't be able to get the other ball out. That's what he was.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
The eggs were in the basket.
Yeah,
definitely.
So let's just go make sure he gets good position on this one on the right hand side. Just something like that.
Just trickle this in.
Oh no! Wow! Didn't expect that.
No.
He's just, well, don't know how you explain that one, but
Is that a sign of nerves? Is he feeling it a bit?
I think he's just not settled in this final. I think the breaks rattled him. 4 out of 5, and you hope is going to be the best day that you've had him pull for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And for the break to kill you, you can get into a despondent mindset. But the thing is, he's been dry 4 breaks. He's only 5-3 down.
Yeah, yeah. And Rob's been breaking brilliantly. I know he's had a dry one in there as well, but I know.
That is nice
Cued
cueing.
in lovely from Rob.
Absolutely didn't.
I think with Andy's break though, and I think if Andy watched this back, I suspect he'd agree. It's almost a bit tentative. He's not catching it as clean and as big as he normally would. I've watched him break throughout the day, and he's been getting much bigger splits, much more explosion.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Much more explosion off the pack than he's been getting in this match. But still a tricky black, though, Kev.
This will take him on the hill.
Yeah, to get with him in frame of the title. He's not missing this.
No.
There it goes.
Yeah.
He's been in the zone all match.
Yeah.
I think Andy's just.
Yeah, Rob missed a double, and that pot where he sort of missed it by a distance. Other than that, he's been absolutely brilliant.
I mean, it must be frustrating for Andy. He's played so well, and he's going to be disappointed with this performance so far.
Yeah, he's had a couple of opportunities he'd want back. That's for certain.
Just got there.
It's not over though. We've seen some comebacks before
Against Rob as well.
against Rob this weekend. For those of you that were not watching, Rob was 7-2 up in the first round of the professional event against Craig Marsh, and ended up losing 8-7. So he did joke with me before when I saw him outside before this match. I did mention that match to him, we were talking about it, and he said, "Well, I'm better at races to 7." He was 7-2 up.
Yeah. So he's going to hope this is his last break of the match. Where's the white? It's dry.
He's come up dry, and that's exactly what happened against Craig. He was 7-2 up and flying, and he actually got kicked in off and didn't really get another go until it was 7-6. It was all off the break from Craig. Just hope he doesn't start thinking of that, because it's a different match and a different day.
Big shot because if he misses. Oh, he's miscued.
Oh my.
That just sums it up for him, doesn't it? He's just not the races.
Yeah.
Let's watch that again. Oh, it's
Just gone straight over the top of that one.
Yeah.
So this is the chance.
This is it.
First chance for the match.
Ball in hand. 1 free shot.
And there's absolutely no way I can see him missing. I know there's a pressure on, but he's just cueing so well.
Yeah. So it's just going to develop this red on the left-hand side, and then he'll have a very, very clean table on reds.
He can't even stop potting the ones that he's trying to develop.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, that was just casually knock it down towards the pocket.
oh, it's gone in.
Oh, it's flown in the centre of the pocket.
Just got to hold himself together. The title is his. He knows it.
Yeah, his accuracy has been frightening. It was against Clint. Like I say, he missed 1 ball against Clint.
The black doesn't go to the left middle because of the yellow, so that I don't think he wants to leave the red at the bottom right to his last ball. Wondered whether he was going to take it then, but he's not. I mean, he can still leave it as his last ball, but he doesn't want to be. I wondered whether he'd want to leave the red over the right centre as his last ball.
The way he's feeling is.
Don't think it matters.
He's not. Ooh.
Oh, well, he's still okay, but yeah.
Adrenaline's going to be kicking in there.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
God, yeah.
But that yellow he's nearest to, he could come back into play here. No,
Played
he's
that
okay.
well, played it well.
Played that really nicely. So he is going to relieve the red to the bottom right as his last ball. which pockets that he's going to play for the black.
I think he can stun across for the black into the right middle.
The right middle. He could go to either top bag, either bottom bag. His choice is his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to run this through, bounce the white, foot off the cushion, and he's going to have a nice easy black to win his first major title. This is your moment, Rob Donkin.
Oh, he's queued that lovely as well.
Look at that. There we go.
So here we go for the match, for the title.
Big deep breath.
Just composing himself for this final black.
Yes.
And there it goes. Well done, Rob Donkin. A worthy champion. A worthy champion. Unlucky Andy Lucas. Still, class act just wasn't his day today.
But that was a fantastic performance from Rob.
Yeah. And thanks Simon and thanks Kev for joining me in the commentary box.
Absolute pleasure as always. We will. Kev is now going to jump from behind the camera to in front of the camera, and we'll do the presentation.
So just have a look at those stats there, and the dry breaks killed it for Andy. 4 dry breaks. And we're just going to hand you over to Kev, who's just going to do the presentation.
Testing, testing. Okay, welcome to the presentation ceremony here at the Hilton Doubletree Hotel for the final of the European Open. And what a great final that was, a clinical display by Rob Donkin. But first of all, let's introduce our runner-up, Andy Lucas. Andy, he just didn't have for you in the final, did it?
No, I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. I mean, got frustrated when we breaks, first 3 or 4 breaks, nothing down, and I kind of let that get to me, and it played on my mind a little bit, and I just didn't produce it in the final really. I'm a bit disappointed because I played well and I broke well all day, and then in the final I'm just not getting the ball, and I got frustrated, and that, it's just one of them things. But third place to Rob, he's took his chances, and he deserves to win it.
Yeah, you were 4 out of 5 dry breaks, and at this level, that's really critical, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you can't do it. And I broke from exactly the same place I've been breaking from all day, and I've been getting balls every time. So it's just one of them things. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But I'm still pleased, getting to the final. Just a little bit disappointed to not really get into the game. I just didn't feel as if I was in it, and the couple of chances I had, I messed up anyway. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, and Rob, like you say, took his chances. It was pretty clinical tonight.
Yeah, no, he played well. And he's, when you don't get a ball off the break, you're given that advantage to your opponent. But there's nothing you do. You break the way you break every time, and sometimes they go, sometimes they don't. But I'm happy. I've got the pro event tomorrow, so 10:30, which is a bit of a lie-in, so that's good.
Well, Andy, I know you're disappointed, but it's great to see you in the finals, and hopefully we'll see you in finals and holding the silverware in future IPA events. Well done. Well done. Andy Lucas. And the winner, securing his first IPA major title, Rob Donkin. Rob, that was as impressive a performance in a final as we've seen. You must be really pleased.
Yeah, very pleased. Yeah, I actually thought I missed a couple of balls quite early on that might have cost me some frames there, but luckily Andy didn't take advantage of it. But if you say I played well, then yeah, it's hard to know when you're concentrating that hard. But no, I'm over the moon. Brilliant.
So Andy said his break was dry, but you've still got to take the chances, and you were clinical tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I like to look at the game and think when I see a lot of like club players that see problems where I try to see solutions. When you come to the table and I'm already looking what route to take around the table, even if it's awkward. Like I actually took out a couple of clearances there that weren't probably on, but that's the way I play the game. That's why I enjoy playing. I've had so many people over the years since I've started playing pool saying hold back a bit, like don't go safe or something. But I can't play that way. I can't beat people that way. So I've managed to beat people today playing that way. So I'll stick to it. That's how I enjoy playing. So there's no point playing if you don't enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, you've beaten everyone. You are the winner, and I know you're here with your dad this weekend, and he's going to be absolutely over the moon for you.
Yeah, I think he is. I think Mum will be watching at home as well, and my girlfriend Rachel, it's lovely, and all of her family have been really supportive as well. Like her dad and her mum and her stepdad, and that they've all been watching. Her brother and all the pals from back home, Finchy and Ian and Jimmy and all that earlier on. That's good. It's nice to know that people want you to win. It's nice to know I'm not upsetting people. But
well, you certainly didn't upset anybody with that performance, apart from Andy. Did Dad give you any words of advice before the final?
No, I think Dad's just learned. When he used to follow me playing snooker, I was a stroppy little teenager basically, and he's learned. I think he just sort of tries to say good luck and that's it, and doesn't really get too involved. But we have our little chats after losing to Craig the other day. He kind of helped me. Pep up a bit, because he sort of made me realise that even though I was 7-2 up, I probably still only had one really good chance to win the game, and the game just turned. So I shouldn't have been too hard on myself, because I'm my own worst enemy. I'll always criticise myself more than anyone will, but it's perhaps that's what's held me back, but hopefully it won't anymore.
Well, Rob, congratulations. You are the Riley's UK European Open champion. Congratulations. There's the silverware. Well done.
Cheers.
Rob Donkin, everyone. Well done, Rob. Well done. So that's it from us today. We're back tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, for the conclusion of the professional and amateur events. So we hope to see you again tomorrow.
Cheers, Kev. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.